went on a spending spree, went out.
Oh my god. Welcome back to today's react. We're looking at TikTok failed Rapture. Bro, I found out about this Rapture junk the day of it was happening. Like, imagine just not knowing it was gonna, I mean, we're never gonna know when it's gonna happen, to be honest. But like, just imagine hearing the horns, you go outside. Why did I press that button? You go outside, everybody you just see people floating up to this. Like, bro, the day that happens, oh my god, are you gonna go up there? Are you gonna go up there? Shoot, I don't even know if I'm going up there. You're gonna be cooked down here, man.
One and one thing only. You've officially missed the rapture. Your sins caught up to you and you didn't make the bus to heaven. Whether that was you stealing gum from the front of the register.
Shoot, it's crazy. Nah, they're supposed to be horns. I was gonna say, maybe it did happen and it was just a small part of the world. You know
Thinking the cashier wouldn't notice.
But I saw some crazy junk. People was selling their cars. People was giving up their kids for adoption. Like, what? Are you that gullible, bro? Insane.
To maximum capacity while your ancestry line watched in horror, and the world has officially turned to hell. You didn't really need a rapture to realize that, let's be honest. Wars happening every month, countries getting burned to the ground every
yeah, for some people, the world is already that, bro.
the week, the country of Israel, Labubus, it was bound to implode on us eventually. But first we gotta start where this all came from and where every biblical accuracy always comes from. TikTok.
Right.
Before that too, I also want to explain what the rapture even is for people that aren't Christian or just may not know it. The rapture is the belief in Christianity that at the right time, Jesus will come back and take all his believers from earth to heaven. And there's supposed to be some major signs happening on earth that it may be happening soon. One being increased wars, famines, and natural disasters. A decline of morals and people becoming more
that stuff is happening all the time, so I don't even know how you could even notice it.
And violent. A rise of the Antichrist, whether that be Trump, Mr. Beast, or Caillou. I mean, we fit right in the description for it to happen anytime soon. I do think it's funny though that you can fit a lot of these things in basically any time in humanity.
Exactly.
And look, as y'all know, I am a Christian, I am a believer. But if you think this time we're in right now is
like, bro, you could have said that for like the times during World War II, right? Because bro, Hitler showed up, they could have just said that guy was the Antichrist, and then Jesus comes down, and then you know what I'm saying, like, bro,
even close to how bad certain times were in the past. Someone from the 19th,
I would say that was the craziest time. If any time that happened, you know how much worse it gotta be if that was not the time, bro.
30s would be begging to come to this time. They had the Great Depression, the rise of Adolf, Stalin purging his whole country, the Spanish Civil War. Meanwhile, our 2030s is gonna be filled with consumerism with AI robots that work half the time. One of the first things they tell you in Christianity though is that no human being will be able to know except God when it's gonna happen. There's also sectors of Christianity that believe people completely misinterpreted what was said and the actual rapture people imagine isn't ever gonna happen. It was more metaphorical. But even in sectors that do believe it, there are multiple verses stating this, one being Acts 1:7, which says, when the disciples asked Jesus about the timing, he said, it is not for you to know the times or dates the Father has set by his own authority. You can't get more clear than that. He basically said, shut up and wait, little bro. So I don't know why people on TikTok or in general are just believing in a random rapture date that someone gives. I think the only way they consume the Bible is if an AI gives them a short summary of it. The reason this one got
oh my goodness,
so big was
man,
because a South African preacher named Joshua Makela went on an interview and said,
this is the guy that caused people to sell their cars and give their children up to adoption. Yeah, people are stupid, bro.
That he had a vision of Jesus and he straight up told him that the rapture is gonna happen on the 23rd to 24th of this September. And while I'm writing this video on the
like, bro, why would you even say that, bro? Like, what are the chances of something like, I understand if you were to say something very important is gonna happen on January 17, 2026. You know what I'm saying? Right? Anything could happen, bro. There's wars happening all the time. A random building can blow up. A random small building could blow up, and boom, you prophesy something. What? Why my camera just zoom in on Luffy like that? What's going on here, bro? I'm over here. Hello? Position 2? What you looking at Luffy for, bro? What's going on? All right, that was a little weird.
23rd, which is one of the days he gave, and nothing's happened. And I'm gonna be editing this on the 24th of September, which is the last day. Meaning if it doesn't happen in that time frame, he's a fraud. Shocker.
You're 100% confident.
100% does not do it for me.
I'm a billion%.
Bro, why? Bro, this man didn't even double down. He tripled down. He went past 100%. Past 100%. Bro, like, come on. Like, his career's done now, right? Obviously, right? You can't be a pastor and start lying about messages from Jesus, God, and all that stuff, right? Now he's a phony. He's a fake. He's a scammer at this point, right? Like, what does this do for him in the church or whatever religious sphere that's going on? Like, does he just get kicked out now? Is he now just a regular churchgoer? He's no longer a priest. I don't know how that works.
So I've seen Jesus on the in 2018, and he gave me the rapture date of the 23rd and the 24th of September, and I did not die. You know, so I'll be doing a live in this channel, Medic for Christ.
Why you gotta put that face on the screen, bro? Like you can't do that to me, bro.
Medic for Christ will be, what do you call it, corresponding.
Yes. Just what we needed in the Rapture. Somebody's streaming it for everybody else on Earth who are burning in eternal hell to be caught up on it. Maybe they can get some...
And this guy seems too young for people to have, like, believed him, right? Like, imagine a dude, like a priest that looked like Morgan Freeman, right? You would think people would probably believe him over this, what, like 20, 28, maybe 35 max. I don't know how. He looks a little young, but he also looked old at the same time. He looked too young to be Mr. I got told the date of the rapture. You know what I'm saying?
To make it to heaven. People on TikTok have absolutely zero research ability. I think they gotta implement community notes like they did on Twitter to combat misinformation.
I'm actually surprised they don't have that on TikTok. Their community notes is just other people replying to them to say either lies on top of the truth or truth to the lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know.
Because this is just insane. It would take you like 2 seconds to skip to any part of this interview with this guy and realize he's insane. And he's doing it just to get clout for his YouTube channel. Like, who the f shouts out their YouTube channel if the rapture's gonna happen? Gang, you're not gonna need it anymore. I'm sure people on Earth will notice people floating up all of a sudden. And his prediction comes from a video on YouTube of this random channel interviewing him on a podcast. It's not even like he's some established pastor around the world that has predicted multiple...
Oh, he's not?
things. Bro just popped up on an interview and people assumed he was one of
How did he get up there then?
Jesus' disciples. It got so big they created a whole movement with it, calling it Rapture Talk and Rapture Now on TikTok, where people of course had to do away with their final things they wanted to leave on Earth and to say their goodbye.
Bro, imagine being these dumb people, bro. Imagine selling your house. Imagine giving all your savings to a homeless person and then it just never happened. Like, you know, like you deserve that, low key, right? Low key, like, I don't even know, man.
This one lady was kind enough to leave Bibles for the rest of y'all that stayed in hell.
Hey guys, all right. What did I do today to prepare my home?
What is this TikTok name? Stop with the butthole cramp.
For the people that are left behind, let me show you. I got these at the Dollar Tree. I just wrote these on here, like little notes.
Who's this for? Are you gonna go around giving it to people, or are you just gonna keep this in your house for people to find?
I also bookmarked some scriptures. There's the scriptures for you.
These kind of videos make me feel kind of bad because she seems well-meaning, but it's so off the mark. It also shows how hopeless we are now because are just trying to leave already. When I see people like this, I know they have some trauma they never dealt with, and this is the road they...
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, a lot of people who fall into like religious stuff have something so bad, so dramatic happen to them that the only thing that they feel can save them is some religion. Bro, if you don't get over that, okay, let me not go too crazy on that, but like, you can get over it yourself. You don't have to go and try and read the Bible and try and gain forgiveness from God. Bro, the only person who you gotta forgive is yourself, bro. Because you're the one that's feeling the thing. You're not gonna just randomly one day just feel better because God just, I don't even know, sprinkled or knock something in your brain or something to make you feel better about yourself now, bro.
And on every religion always,
and at that point, are you really a true? I don't even know.
Has its
I don't get how that junk work, bro. To me, most of these people that do this religion junk, I don't think they even have good intentions behind it. Too much corruptness and nonsense going on behind these religion junk. Like, bro, There was still Christianity and all that junk while slavery was happening. These people thought it was perfectly fine to have slaves, control of other people's lives, killing them, slashing them, R-wording them, doing all this extra junk. And they believed they were true to the book Christians. They like, bro, I don't even know, bro. Who cares?
Religious fanatics that.
Me personally, I'm not. I don't think I haven't read more than maybe 3 pages of the Bible, and I have no desire at all to even read the whole thing at all. So I don't think I just ever will.
Go off the deep.
I don't know if there's an audio book, and even then, I feel like that joint would still be boring. I don't think I'm ever reading it, to be honest.
Deep end more than the average follower, which is why I really think those mega churches are so exploitative and disgusting.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, bro, there is no way, bro. Like, there's so much nonsense that goes on in all these religious communities. Okay, let me not say all, but the Christians for sure, bro.
Take these people's.
Like, these people are the most judgmental people there is, bro. I'm sure some of them probably gonna get in these comments. How dare you say this about bro? It ain't that deep.
Traumas and have them come to their church where they act like they have all the answers. They could cure your broken foot by waving their.
See, like the people who do this, you're telling me they're real true Christians, bro? Like, get out of here, bro. This is obviously fake. This is obviously a scam, bro. If there was dudes that could go around and cure people of anything, they'd be killed. They'd be killed, bro. There's no truth to this, bro. And then look at all these people. Oh my God, he saved them. Oh my, bro, they believe in anything, bro.
Because God personally gave them the power to do it. Then they end up buying mansions and private jets, all while none of their
helicopters, all that
their money
junk.
gets taxed. We gotta talk about more how much that's a hack. Does the IRS even look into these type of churches? Kenneth Copeland, famous,
bro, it's like they don't care about that junk. They probably get some of the bread for real.
Cured COVID though, so I think he should keep his mansions and jets.
What? What do you mean cure
COVID-19? COVID-19. Burn.
This gotta be the
What am I looking at here, bro? What is this?
Antichrist. I refuse to believe this man is a real preacher. There's not a single interview you'll see with him where his face looks comforting at all. Africa, funnily enough, has a ton of these type of false preachers where they kind of just say and people believe it. And over there, it's way more likely in less developed parts for people to believe whatever the pastor says.
Yep.
When I say they can say anything, they can say anything.
Legit anything, bro.
Which is why you got people like Joshua pop up so often over there. There's this one famous clip where a preacher said, if you don't see him in heaven, you're in hell.
If you get to heaven, write this down. You get to heaven and you don't find me there.
You are in hell.
You have gone to hell. That's not heaven.
I'm gonna be honest, I wish I had this level of confidence to lie and
for real, bro. Like, what?
bullshit like this.
Bro, like, to me, the religious people and the political people are the same thing, bro. They're the same thing. They're the exact same.
I don't think they ever wonder
thing,
what's
bro.
actually gonna happen when their time comes to an end. Like when they gotta confront God and tell him why they lied on his name. Yeah, my bad with all that fake preaching, and I know that's a crazy mortal sin to do. But do you mind if I go through the gate still? It's crazy how far they come though, and how their churches keep growing and growing. It's not like Kenneth Copeland woke up one day being a mega church pastor with a $300 million net worth. He had to gain trust from a large public sector.
Yeah, like, how do you get this? How do you get this far?
It's also another big rapture they predicted back in 2011, which makes it funnier that people believe the one now. And that one, as you can guess, completely failed because we're still on Earth. Harold Camping, who was a Christian radio broadcaster and owned an entire radio network, which on average had 2 to 3 million listeners at a certain point, started his own prediction of the rapture date, saying it was gonna happen on May 21st, 2011. Of course, people believed it. In fact, I think misinformation was even worse back then. Like, we know it's bad now and spreads quicker, but we have ways to combat it quickly. At that time, people had limited reach for things they could communicate with, and it was still less common. You can see the moments recorded when people realized it was a lie and fake and their whole world was shattered.
A little let down.
They were all waiting outside for it. Bro, this I'm telling you, like, the other guy was so young. Like this guy for this, he was older. Like you could it's more believable.
I went on a spending spree. Went out.
Oh my god. This guy's an idiot. This guy's an idiot, bro. He went on, yo, like, bro. I honestly wish I could believe in something this much, bro. Right, bro? Because how do you have that much faith, bro? I don't understand that, bro. I really don't.
Played hard last night. Didn't work out. Now I gotta go get a few more hours.
Yeah, so for the people that said without having phones and social media, we were better at interpreting information, that was 100% false. The difference between him and Joshua, though, is that he had money to do it. So he went out buying billboards and doing all types of advertising to tell people it was happening. Driving around cars to advertise that the day was coming. Imagine believing in another faith or being an atheist and seeing something like this. You probably just looked at it for a second, then continued on with your day. And just like with the most recent Rapture, people took it and ran with it. People sold their cars and quit their jobs.
Yeah, like, bro, like, why? Why? For what? The car is still gonna be there. Like, let's just say, right? Let's say even if it did happen, right? Why are you? I don't understand why you're. What's the purpose of selling it? I don't get it.
Which I don't understand the car part, because it won't really matter if you're going.
Yeah, like legit. Why are you selling it?
Heaven if you sell your car. Like, those dollars ain't gonna get you in heaven. Everything's gonna be free. Unless they got vending machines up there, and if you're unholy, you're gonna have to pay for things. Once the day came and nothing happened, he did apologize for the mistake, but the damage was done. I don't understand why these preachers ruin their whole careers over fake rapture.
Yeah, like, right, you can't do this, right? You cannot do this and still have the same level of power that you do in your church. It's impossible, bro. It's like this. Yeah, like, your believability is gone. Like, bro, your believability was on its maximum. This guy had people spending their bread, bro. All their bread. The other guy had people selling their cars, quitting their job, bro. Yo, this is so ridiculous, bro. This is how you see, like, you would think stuff like this is of the past, right? Of the past, of the far past. You think people aren't that dumb no more, but people, I guess there's still people that's still stupid. It's crazy. That's so unbelievable to me, bro. But maybe I just don't have that faith. I don't know. I mean, it's not even a maybe. I don't have that faith in that, bro, at all.
Especially since he was well established. He could have ran things like normal day to day and made good money until he died. But he wanted a viral moment and cooked his company, which eventually shut down. No one's gonna believe anything you say after relying on something this huge. Going back to Joshua, though, apparently now he has a brand new vision of the rapture. How's he getting all these visions every day? You would think he's God's right-hand man.
The same guy that was from before?
If he keeps milking due dates of a rapture and somehow still makes money, he's got the method. I don't know how anybody's never thought of that before. You could come up with a new date.
It's just that there's too many stupid people still on this earth, bro.
Say God gave you a new vision of a different date. Then you could say the old day was wrong the whole time.
You see, like, bro, people like that, bro, it just makes me not be able to believe it even more, bro.
He's going to clarify everything, because some people do think that I'm deceived or I've seen something else but not Jesus. Rapture me to heaven. This was a couple of years ago. And, you know, I went in a dream and moved to the location where God wanted me to be. And when I was there, an angel, not Jesus, but an angel came with a chariot.
Bro, this is something straight out of Cinderella. Was he in a dress and had glass slippers too?
Let him finish. Let him cook. Let's see what he's cooking up.
Having an experience like how movies portrayed in Hollywood.
I was taken and I was in this chariot and it started to fly.
Okay.
Right up to the sky with me, and I could see the blue sky.
Okay.
You know, and I could feel the joy because I knew that I was going to heaven. But then it happened that while I was feeling the joy, before we could go through the sky into space, I started to feel a sadness within me. And this time I had not come out with the message. I started to feel a sadness within me.
Okay.
And this sadness was because in the dream, in that moment, while I was being raptured, I had not told people that I know the day Jesus is coming to rapture the church.
This whole scenario sounds hilarious, because how was he getting...
Bro, you can't do this back to back, bro.
Sent to heaven and then told God's angels, no, you must stop. I must tell people on earth when the time is.
But the thing is, It already happened though. Isn't he saying he's getting raptured right then and there, and then he feels sad that he didn't tell people beforehand? Is that
there is no human being that could stop an angel from doing its task. And I love how it's a dream now. There's multiple interviews where he said it's a dream, then a vision, then a real experience where he's personally met Jesus.
Bro, this man's just getting high and then going to sleep and then waking up with visions.
I really hate his ass to keep sending him back here though. You got people on TikTok now coping that it hasn't happened and are coming up with alternative reasons to why it hasn't. This one dude's new excuses because it's Rosh Hashanah hasn't ended, which is the holiday for Jewish New Year. And by the time you're watching this, it's probably ended.
When was it supposed to end?
Which is the holiday for Jewish New Year. And by the time you're watching this, it's probably ended.
Embarrassing.
Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. Like, I know this is going to happen. Please, everything, and I tell you guys, everything is pointing towards this date. We still have time. And I'm like, the Lord is continuously sending me signs. You're like,
bro, is this not just an airplane? Yo. There might be a lot more delusional people on this earth than I thought. I'm not gonna lie. Like, did you see the way his eyes looked when he looked up at the sky?
guys, like, truthfully, I'm telling you guys, man.
Like, he's shaking, bro.
Nah, getting raptured at McDonald's being your last meal is nasty work. You wouldn't want to go all out and get the most exquisite dinner on your final day? Anyways, that's gonna be it. Let me know what y'all think about this. We honestly got an all-star.
But yeah, put down in the comments what you think of all these churches just scamming people and these random priests with visions scamming people. Like, bro, it don't make sense to me. It really don't. But I'll see y'all in the next one. Bing.